moms do it all? Welcome back to Open Book Identity. I'm Victoria, and today's Taco Tuesday topic is one that I think every mom can relate to. How do moms do it all? Or maybe the better question is, do moms do it all? Today I'm joined by one of my friends. She's no stranger. Her name is Erica, and we're both moms. We're both busy, and we're just going to have an honest conversation about motherhood.
Thank you for having me here, Victoria. Let's start with the obvious questions. Do you think moms put too much pressure on themselves?
Yes, I really do think they put too much pressure on themselves. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves. I think a lot of moms are trying to be everything to everyone. We're moms, employees, we cook, we're chauffeurs, we're teachers, counselors, and somehow we're expected to take care of ourselves too.
That's right. I feel that.
Right.
What's something about motherhood that nobody warned you about?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I think the teenage stage for me, because I have a 14-year-old, and now I'm getting a lot of talkbacks. Yes. So it's funny because he started off good, amazing, good kid. And the older he got, he just started feeling himself a little bit more.
It happens.
It does.
Yeah, so I totally agree. And Victoria, what has been the most rewarding part of being a mom?
The most rewarding part, I think, is the genuine love that they give. I think that at my most vulnerable, that's when honestly I look at my kids and I remember and I look at pure love. I look at sometimes we feel lonely, sometimes we feel like nobody loves us. And I'm in Florida per se by myself. It's just me and my kids. Most of my family are in Massachusetts. God brought me here as an assignment, and because also you have a story like that too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So what happened? Tell us a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, they that is very true because yes, I do have my side of my family, which is my husband's side, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, which they're all loving and caring and supportive. I love you guys. But it's not your family. Like, yes, they're family, but it's always like,
I get it. It's not your mom, it's not your sister, it's not your siblings. I understand. And that's why we work so well together, and we can communicate and talk, and that's why we're friends, because there's so much that we can relate. And continuing the topic about our children, it's funny because Nehemiah, my oldest, noticed Julian, Erica's oldest, before we even met. They were in the kids ministry. They had their little church service, as this is what Nehemiah told me, right? So I'm paraphrasing here. He said, Mom, I saw Julian and he was kind of by himself, and I know how it feels to be the new kid, because I was the new kid when we moved out here. So he literally introduced us, right?
Yeah. It was crazy, because my son tends to be like very shy, very not outspoken, but Nehemiah on the other hand, and then like their ages are very different too. Like he was, I don't know, he's like a teenager.
Yeah, how old is Julian now?
Julian now is like, he's 9.
9, and Nehemiah's 14. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, they're 5 years apart. The old school counting? Yeah, I'm sorry.
So like the difference of the age as well, the gap.
Yes.
But yeah, for sure, like they are loving, they are caring,
yes.
They bring out a lot of what we teach them.
Yes, exactly. And it's crazy because a lot of times our children reflect who we are, and I love it, be open-minded to your children, because sometimes we tend to brush them off because we're busy. We don't, not purposely, right? We're busy. We have so much going on that we don't have time.
Yeah.
Sometimes Nehemiah's like, Mom, come look at this. I'm like, no, not right now. Like, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. Sometimes I'm like, don't you see what I'm doing? I'm not sitting down.
Yeah.
And then for a moment, I have to snap, and then I snap out of it, and I'm like, Nehemiah, I'm sorry. It's not personal. I'm stressed. I work. I do this. I'm cooking. I'm cleaning. And I have a 4-year-old. I'm taking care of your brother. There's a 10-year difference between my boys. I know you have 2 boys and a girl, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, so with him, sometimes it's just taking up that time and also explaining to them and being raw and open and letting them know, hey, I'm sorry. Because honestly, I spaz out sometimes because we're getting pulled in so many directions. Sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody has a different parenting style and experience. But for me, sometimes it can be a little easier to take it out on your kids because they're there, because they're always there. And if you're having a moment of stress, a moment of whatever the case may be, and then all of a sudden you're in your own mind, right? Visualize this. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you just got out of work, probably picked up your kids, and then all of a sudden your kid's like, Mom, hey, look at this, and you're like, I'm busy. I don't have time. But it's a reaction. It's like if you're doing something and somebody says, hey, Erica, you get scared, or you hit them because why, you didn't expect that. It was a reaction like, oh, shoot, you scared me. I didn't expect it.
And they don't just say mommy one time. They say mommy, mommy, mommy. So that thing too, it's just like, okay.
Yes. Like, what? Oh, my God. This is so off topic. But I don't know if y'all seen that on YouTube. There's this video. I put this for Ezekiel because he's my 4-year-old, but he's very attached to me, like to the point where I have to research how to detach a little bit.
Oh yeah,
because it's too much. Do you have that problem?
I mean, with Marta, yeah, she can be. She's a little monkey, I call her, because lately, I guess it's like the years of separation of anxiety or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like grabbing onto me. She's like, mommy, like, doesn't want to let me go. So
right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going through with Ezekiel. And so there's this video on YouTube of this baby. It's like a cartoon, like an adult cartoon. I'm not going to promote the name of the show, but you probably know what it is once I say it. And the mom is laying down stressed out. You can see her face laying down like this. Unapologetic, raw, no makeup, just her hair all wild. Yeah. And her son's like, Mom, Mommy, Ma, Ma, Mommy, Mommy, Mama, Ma. And she's literally like this. And then she goes, what? And then he goes, never mind. And then he runs. And she's like,
yeah. I feel like they do it on purpose.
Yes, they should do it. And I'm sure that you can relate if you have children, okay? But at the same time, when they're not around, you miss them.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah? Can you relate to that?
Yeah, my son just left me.
He did? Where did he go?
He went to kids camp, nothing bad. But, I mean, I miss his voice. I miss his presence. It's like, an ambience that we create at home. So whenever they're not there at home, it's just like, oh, my baby.
Yeah. So yesterday you were saying that you were having some withdrawals, that he wasn't at home.
Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, it gets a little, like, but I know he's in a good place. Yes. He's been treating, he needs that. He needs that experience, because sometimes I do cuddle him a lot. I do, like,
we shelter them. Yeah.
Yes, and they do need experience being with friends, being in fellowship.
Exactly. Because
it's healthy. It's healthy. It's a healthy boundary for them to be, out there and experiencing world, because we can't be all on top of them either.
Yes. I mean, for lack of a better word, but you can't live with them and you can't live without them. Because when you live with them, they drive you crazy, but then when you live without them, you're like, oh my God, my baby. So I mean, I love my kids. And so it's funny because Nehemiah and Ezekiel, they're 10 years apart. So I have to wear my hat for a 14-year-old and be a mom to a teenager. And then on the other hand, I have a 4-year-old where now I have to take my hat off and be a mom to a toddler. Yeah. And we don't realize sometimes the stress that we carry as moms. And sometimes we neglect ourselves. Yep. When I had Ezekiel, I wouldn't say I went through postpartum depression, At least not at that time. I think that I was so caught up in the situation. I don't know, but I do hear a lot of stories. I know that you shared a little bit about
Yes.
what you went through. But when he was, I didn't have an easy pregnancy. That can be another story for another day. But I did have him at 34 weeks. My water broke at 30 weeks.
Wow.
Okay, and then I had to be hospitalized. And I basically lived in the hospital. I spent my birthday, Mother's Day there. But the nurses, they were amazing. I mean, God's grace was all over that room. I mean, I'm pretty sure that maybe some of the women that are listening to, you have your own pregnancy story. Don't we all, And Ezekiel, when he was born, it was, I kind of like, I don't know if this is part of, I just lost interest in myself. I kind of like to dress up, do my hair. I mean, I think it's right. All women, we wanna, And I spent a lot of years abandoning myself. And now he's 4. I just turned 37, and honestly, this chapter of my life has felt so different. It just, I can't explain it. And our kids are such a good, they say that we teach our kids, but our kids teach us as well.
That's true.
They're big, we learn from each other, And now that my boys are kind of growing up a little bit, I mean, granted, Ezekiel's still taller, but I'm finding myself again. I'm starting to do the things I like, do my hair. I mean, I've been on my curly hair journey. Do y'all see this? I wasn't on my curly hair journey for maybe a good 2 years. I was all about straightening out my hair. And one day I washed my hair and I just let it wild and it started curling up a little bit. And I'm like, it's been a while, let's see. And now I'm like, oh, I love it. It feels a little more me. And now I'm starting to get back to myself. And there's nothing wrong with loving yourself and loving your kids. Both things can exist at the same time. You don't have to abandon yourself to feel like you're not a good mom. You know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like, oh no, all the kids.
Yeah.
And yes, absolutely. Because they're kids, they need us. But they also need us healthy. They also need us to learn how to love ourselves. Both of my children, in their own way, would either come to me, kiss me, hug me, mommy, I love you, you're the best mom in the world. And just that, sometimes we want, what's that word? We want to feel validated by other people, loved by other people. And yet our kids are sitting right there saying, Mom, I love you. Mom, I see the best in you. You're the best mom in the world. What more pure love than that can we ask for? And I think it's such a blessing. I don't know if you have a story to share about something like that with your kids.
I'll go based on what you were saying. Us moms do tend to just look after them, but then it's hard for us to look after ourselves. And I feel like I got into that stage. My youngest is 2 years now, and I've been in this journey since my son, he's 9 years old. But now I have 3, and it has been difficult to juggle all the cards.
Yes.
And I went ahead and just didn't even care. I stopped caring. I stopped. I mean, my hair. I always do my hair. I'm always doing this and that, but
yours is more internally?
Yeah, it's more internally, and it gets to the point that you, I didn't look after myself, so I just was in a very complacent place. I was very, stable, not moving, not doing anything for myself, just for my kids, because I'm like, man, they need this, they need everything. What do they need? What can I do to help them?
Right.
Not what can I do to help myself.
Right.
And even though like yes, you keep your faith, you keep this, you keep that, but then like you're always like, okay, well, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
So that something was just like, hey Erica, you need to brush up.
Yeah.
You need to start doing something, for yourself. So I started, my little journey of working out. For those that work out there, moms, that the feeling that whenever you're like super tired, you're super like overwhelmed. I literally had to drink like 2 coffees a day.
Wow.
To like just keep up with the energy of them, because they bring a lot of energy. They're like at 100
all the time.
All the time.
And we got 2 boys. She got an extra. She got a girl, but we got boys, and those boys. Woo.
So I like literally, I'm like, oh my god, this no me basta. Like
Yes.
I'm still need more energy. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do something. I need to do like to keep up with these kids.
Yes.
So like I started working out and I felt so much better. Like obviously it starts. You don't start strong, you start like, I don't want to do this. Like do it without you wanting to do it.
Exactly.
Do it with without anybody telling you to do it. Do it for yourself. Do it because they need you. They need to see like you the strongest image of yourself.
Yes.
That's
and it's true. I mean, and again, I'm so big on self-love because kids, they see, they feel, they know. But I mean, we spend so much time with our children. They see everything.
Yeah.
They see the good, the ugly, the bad, and sometimes sometimes we try to hide those things from our children, and I think there's a balance to everything. I have, Nehemiah's 14, like I keep saying, and now he's in a different stage, right? You don't have teenagers yet, but when you get there, it's a different vibe. And honestly, I love this stage because I know there's a controversy out there. Oh, mothers shouldn't be best friends with their kids, but everything is a balance, okay? Like, I feel like I have a friendship with Nehemiah, but he better act like he know at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I will, because I think that respect has to be the root. It has to be earned. That's something, right? When we're talking about our opinion, our journey, our story. We're not saying, oh, this is it. So please, a little disclaimer. This is just our journey. We're just talking about what we experience. But everybody has a different journey. Your children are different. And this is why this topic is so broad, because we can sit here and talk about our children. And because we know each other, we're extended family. We're always hanging out. So we know each other well. We know our children. So I know when she talks about her 3 children, I know what she's talking about, and vice versa, But everybody has a story. So we're not saying, oh, this is exactly how it is, But with me and Nehemiah, I built that respect level first before I build a friendship with him. Because I can't build a friendship with him. He's 14 from the age 1 to, 12. And then in that midst of becoming a teenager, right, that in between.
Yeah.
So for the first 12 years, I'm teaching him, you respect me, I'm your mom, no, I'm not, like, I'm really not your friend, I'm your mom, and you honor me. But then in that in between, things start shifting a little bit. Like, okay, now I can talk to you as a friend. Now I can. So sometimes I'll be like, hey, yo, bro, what you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Because he's a boy, he's a teenager. So sometimes we gotta stoop down to their level in the sense of, I mean, he's a different generation. I was born in '89. He was born in 2012. So, how can we both come together? I can't expect for him to understand my values exactly the same way that he's gonna understand, because he's coming from a different, every generation, life changes, things happen, and so now we're at a state where we have a beautiful relationship where, and then, but if something happens, I'm like, all right, I take that friendship hat off and I wear my mom and I get that belt, But yeah, other than that, guys, we just wanted to talk about how it is to be a mom. And sometimes we think that we can handle it and juggle it all. And sometimes we do, but we don't do it necessarily perfect. And I think that we're too hard on ourselves when we don't perform in the way that society wants us to. I think that society puts a lot of pressure, you know. But that, you know, that goes to say too that we've come a long way. We've come a long way, and I hear many women talk about their journeys, and I love it because now we're empowering, right? Now we're speaking up, now we're talking about it, and maybe you can relate to my story, maybe you can relate to Erica's story, maybe you don't relate at all, maybe you have your own story, and we love that because that's what makes us unique as moms, you know. And for the mothers that can relate, we would love to hear your story or any topics, or your comments. Let us know if you can relate to us. Tell us a little bit about your children and what you faced. And thank you so much, and thank you for joining us for Taco Tuesday topic. And until next time, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us at Open Book Identity with Victoria and Erica.